한국의 달이 비추 장현성 LA 다저스의 퓨처스 장현성.
Young Sok, his last name Jang, Jang. He is from South Korea. And the right-hander kicks and deals. Here comes the first pitch to Dylan Grego, and it is low, ball one. Grego hitting left-handed. Awaits the next pitch. It's on its way, and it's fouled down the first base line toward the camera well, and it bounces off the well and heads out to right field. The lineup today for the Lake Elsinore Storm, leading off the aforementioned Dylan Grego. He'll play second base. In left field and hitting second, Alex McCoy. Hitting in the third slot, playing first base, Kavaris Tears. The cleanup hitter today will be Jorge Quintana. He'll play shortstop. There's a pitch that swung on and missed, strike two. Hitting fifth, Ty Harvey. He'll be the designated hitter. Doing the catching and hitting sixth, Truett Madonna. In the seventh slot, playing center field, Cardell Tibureau. Hitting eighth at third base, Bradley Fry. And in the ninth slot, George Bilecki. And he'll play right field for Brian Burris's Lake Elsinore Storm. The next pitch is fouled back, so the count remains a ball and two strikes on the leadoff hitter, Dylan Grego. Comes the next offering. It's inside, ball two. So the lineup for the Storm: Grego, McCoy, Tears, Quintana, Harvey, Madonna, Tibureau, Fry, and Bilecki. The count, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Grego. Jang kicks and deals, and there's a drive into right center field for a base hit. So Grego leads off the game for the Storm by singling into right center field. And that's going to bring Alex McCoy to the plate. Taking a look at the replay. The ball was not hit particularly hard, but he hit it high enough so that Nico Perez could not range over to try to catch it at second base. So the Storm have a runner on here in the first with McCoy at the plate. Here comes the pitch, and that is in the dirt. It gets away from the catcher, goes all the way to the backstop. Grego goes to second, takes a wide turn, but decides to walk back to the base. So that will be a wild pitch. And now the Storm have a runner in scoring position with nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. Jang is from South Korea. He is 21 years old, 6'4", 200-pound right-handed pitcher. He was actually activated today to pitch this game. Here comes the 1-0, and that gets away from the catcher. There goes Grego down the third. The catcher is Victor Rodriguez. He picks it up, throws it down to Osorio at third, but Grego beat it. And let's see what they call that. Let's take a look at the replay. We're actually going to see Grego take off for third base. And so that's going to be a wild pitch. So Grego singled and took second on a wild pitch, then took third on a wild pitch. Infield is in for Rancho. They're going to try to cut off this run. Here's the pitch. It's way outside. Ball 3, so 3 balls and no strikes on Alex McCoy. Jang, here it comes, and it's swung on and missed, strike 1. So the count goes to 3 balls and a strike. We will give you the defensive alignment here momentarily. Here comes the 3-1. That pitch was high, and McCoy went fishing and missed it. So the count now is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. We're in the bottom of the first. The Storm have a runner on third base. Tavares Tears, by the way, is on deck. Jang sets at the belt. Here comes the 3-2. And it's swung on and missed, strike 3. That pitch was out of the strike zone, but Alex McCoy went looking for it and missed it. So that's the first out here in the bottom of the first with Tavares Tears. The Quakes are going to keep their infield in to try to cut off this run. Tears steps up. And the first pitch to him is hit into center field. Hit pretty well. Martinez going back, still going. That ball's gone. A home run over the center field wall for Tavares Tears. And the Storm take an early 2-0 lead. Tavares Tears got all of that pitch. And Martinez, the center fielder, took a couple of steps and then he stopped. He knew it was going to go over the fence. Let's take a look at the replay. The Storm take an early 2-0 lead. Here it is. Pitch was up and Tears got all of that. So the Storm lead it 2-0. Here is Jorge Quintana. The left-hander steps into the box against the right-handed pitcher, Jang. It's inside ball 1. Quintana, by the way, is a switch hitter, so that's why he's hitting left against the right-hander, Jang. Good start for the Storm. Love to see a win on the last game of the season here at Diamond Stadium. There's a pop-up into left field. Ko, underneath it, reaches up, makes the catch for the out. So that's the second out here in the bottom of the first inning. And that's going to bring Ty Harvey to the dish. So Jang, this is just his 12th game and 12th start for Rancho. He comes in with a record of no wins and 1 loss and an earned run average of 4.54. The first pitch to Harvey is high, ball 1. This is his first start since June 1st. So he has not been on the mound for almost 3 months. And as I said, he was just activated today to make this start. The count, 2 balls and no strikes against Harvey. And that's high, ball 3. Jang pitched a little bit for Rancho last year. Had a record of no wins and 1 loss and an earned run average of 2.19 in 5 games. Here comes the 3-0. That's inside ball 4. So Ty Harvey walks to keep the inning alive for the Storm. And that's going to bring Truett Madonna to the dish. Madonna doing the catching today for the Storm. We're going to have a momentarily pause in the action as the pitching coach goes out to talk to Jang. That will give me an opportunity to let you know about the defensive alignment for the Quakes. Left field to right field, Ching Sen Ko in left, Myro Martinez in center, and Jose Meza in right. Around the infield, Oswaldo Osorio at third, Emil Morales at short. Nico Perez will play second base, and Jackson Nicholas will be at first. Victor Rodriguez will do the catching, and as noted, young Sok Jang on the mound for the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The discussion between the pitching coach and Jang has ended. The pitching coach heads back to the dugout. The catcher, who had participated in the discussion, Victor Rodriguez, is now back behind the plate. Jang looks in for a sign. He's got it as the runner, Ty Harvey, leads off first. He's being held there by Jackson Nicholas, and here comes the first pitch To Madonna, it's outside ball 1. Truett Madonna, a right-handed batter. That pitch is inside ball 2. Madonna is from Seattle, Washington, interestingly. There's a throw over to first. He is 18 years old. Will not turn 19 until next March. Here comes the 2-0, and that's fouled back here, so the count will go to 2 balls and 1 strike. He is 6'3", 215-pound right-handed batter. He was drafted by the Padres this year in the 11th round out of Ballard High School, which is in Seattle. There's a throw over to first, and it was low. Nice stop there by Jackson Nicholas. The runner got back easily. I'll tell you, Seattle, Washington, what a beautiful city. Just gorgeous. Here comes the 2-1. There's a fly ball to right. The right fielder, Meza, moving back, still going back, on the warning track, reaches up, makes the catch.
한국의 다리디 슈 장현성 LA 다저스의 퓨처스 장현성.
Welcome back to Lake Elsinore. We're at the Diamond for the Storm. Is Cardell Thibodeau. The first pitch is a ball high. On the mound for the Quakes, Young Sok Jang. South Korea. He kicks and deals. Here it comes, and that's outside ball 1. Check that, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Thibodeau, the left-handed batter, and that pitch is outside ball 3. Thibodeau is from Lafayette, Louisiana. He's 21 years old. And that pitch is outside ball 4. So Thibodeau walks on 4 pitches. That's going to bring Bradley Fry to the plate. So as was the case in the first inning, the Storm had the leadoff runner on here in the top of the second. Fry steps in. Here comes the pitch, and he bunts. It's fouled, so strike 1. Bradley Fry is from Marietta, Georgia. He is 23 years old, 6'2", 185-pound right-handed batter. He played baseball at Mercer University, which is in Macon, Georgia. There's a throw over to first, and they got Thibodeau. He was leaning, and Jang threw over to Nicholas to pick off Thibodeau. Let's take a look at the replay. Tough break for the Storm. Here it comes. Thibodeau was leaning, and the throw was perfect, and Nicholas actually tagged Thibodeau under the arm just as he dove into first base. The count now on Fry is 1 ball and 1 strike. And the next pitch is over for strike 2. So that's the first out on the pickoff here in the bottom of the second inning. As I said, Fry played baseball at Mercer University in Macon, Georgia. He also played at the Georgia Institute of Technology, which is located in Atlanta. Ooh, there's a pitch that hits Fry in the back, so he'll go down to first base on the hit by pitch. That is the 3rd batter that has reached via a walk or a hit by pitch in the ball game. So Jang having a little bit of control trouble right now. Let me see if we can tell you how many pitches he's thrown and the number of strikes. Here is George Bilecki, and the first pitch is over, strike one. So far, Jang has thrown 31 pitches, just 13 for strikes, so he is having some control issues. Fry leads off first. Here comes the pitch, it's outside, ball two, so 2 balls and no strikes. Bilecki is from Chicago, Illinois, 21 years old, 6'2", 205-pound left-handed batter, drafted by the Padres this year in the 12th round out of Lewis University, which is in Romeoville, Illinois. And there's a throw down to first base by the catcher, but Fry gets back in time. Let's take a look at the replay. And it wasn't really close. 2 balls and 1 strike on Bilecki. Jang, here it comes. There goes the runner. The throw is going to be way off the bag, and it actually gets away from the shortstop Morales, who attempted to catch it and started to roll back behind him toward the shortstop position. Fry thought for a moment to go to third, but only ran a step or two and then decided to go back. So give Fry a stolen base. That puts a runner in scoring position with 1 out here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. The count right now on Bilecki is 3 balls and 1 strike. Jang looks in for a sign. He's got it, looks back at the runner. Here comes the 3-1. And there's a fly ball to left. The left fielder, Ko, moving back. He's underneath it. He reaches up. He makes the catch. Throws it in quickly to the shortstop Morales. But the runner on second, Fry, decided not to try to go to third. Good call on his part. So Bilecki flies out for the 2nd out here in the bottom of the 2nd. And here comes Dylan Grego to the dish. Grego led off the ball game with a single, went to second base on a wild pitch, went to third base on a wild pitch, and then scored on a home run by Kavaris Tears. And the home plate umpire checked that. The pitcher, I think, called time. It was granted. We're back on now as the pitching clock winds down. Here's the pitch, and it's low, ball 1. Dylan Grego is from Kansas City, Missouri, 21 years old, 6'1", 195-pound switch hitter. He was drafted this year by the Padres in the 13th round out of Ball State University. There's a foul ball. Ball State, of course, as you know, is from Muncie, Indiana. Dylan Grego. Last night, Grego hit third and was 0 for 4 with a walk. A count, a ball and a strike on the Storm second baseman. Here it comes. It's low. Ball 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Jang looks in for a sign. He's got it. Here comes the 2-1. And there's a drive into left field. The left fielder, Ko, coming in. He dives and makes the catch to end the inning. Nice play by Ching Sen Ko in left field.